What is up, Blue Jays fans, and welcome to Jay's Latest. I am your host, Craig Borden. Today, we got some lovely record-breaking news for the Toronto Blue Jays that we're going to dive into, along with some more trade rumors and the latest. So let's dive into those rumors first, because that is what everybody's clamoring for this time of year, as the trade deadline is only just a few days away. It sounds like the Baltimore Orioles are going to be selling just a little bit more than what they had thought. The rumors that have been swirling around have been mostly based around rentals and getting rid of players like Ryan O'Hearns, who are having career resurrecting years, and what that might look like for the Baltimore Orioles. But Blue Jays could obviously be in on O'Hearn, but at the end of the day, they're really looking for bullpen depth and starting pitching. We already know, unfortunately, that the starting pitching has been decimated for the Baltimore Orioles, so that's not going to be the commodity that they're going to be looking for as they look at their roster. What they could be looking at is the plethora of good bullpen arms that they have, though. The easy win would be somebody like Sir Anthony Dominguez, who has been having an insanely good year. Been very, very, resilient over his career period in 282 innings, 3.61 ERA. This season, he's gotten an almost 40 innings. He's got 51 strikeouts and a 3.72 ERA. So he has been doing great. Could be an easy buy for the Blue Jays and not be a terrible gouge for it being the Baltimore Orioles in division trade, which is always notoriously worse for teams to be trading to their competition. The other catch is, like I said, maybe this isn't expensive as some other trade deals would be. So this would be a move that the Blue Jays could sneak in, steal a player with his depth and talent, and be able to run with that and pair him in with Jimmy Garcia when he gets healthy, Hoffman, and everybody that are continuing to do pretty damn good in this bullpen. So there could be a win there for the Blue Jays to do that one. And then you have the reach goal. The reach goal would be how desperate are the Orioles to regain some talent here, especially on the pitching side, because that looks to be the depth that they would be looking to improve in the near major league ready ballpark. So they might have some people that could run into next season in this starting rotation. Would they take one of our normal everyday pitchers in exchange, or a couple of them in exchange for Felix Bautista? The Big Mountain, just fresh off of Tommy John surgery the year before, has completely shown that he is still a force in the bullpen. He has 19 saves for the Baltimore Orioles, which is saying a lot with the team's been having a really rough time this season. Tons of talent. It's been a rough year for Baltimore Orioles fans, and I feel my heart really truly goes out for you, because that is just no fun at all. He's gotten 34 innings this year, and he's got a 2.6 ERA, and he's been back to his striking out ways. So he could be a reach, but it will be a little bit more to pull to get the All-Star from our 2023 in Felix Bautista, as he is also under team control for multiple seasons. He is still arbitration eligible, so he's got 2 more seasons of that before he will be declared a free agent at the age of 33. Meanwhile, like I mentioned with Sir Anthony Dominguez, he has a club option for next season. And it's a sizable one. So my guess is it will not be picked up for $8 million a season, but you never know with how the market's going to turn out with the free agents this year. So at the end of the day, both of them would be an insanely good get for the Blue Jays. Sir Anthony Dominguez might be a reachable goal, where Felix Bautista, like I said, the Big Mountain might actually be a monster mountain to climb for the Blue Jays in prospect value. So that is where we're at with that one. So let's dive into yesterday, because yesterday was insane at the Sky Dome. Things were really thumping. This is a playoff atmosphere the Blue Jays got while the Yankees are in town. Had another sellout with the Yankees in town on a Monday night. So good job, Blue Jays fans. That's no simple miss here. So and no little task. So the Blue Jays took on Carlos Rodon and the Yankees. And wow, did some things happen on the Yankees side of the ball here that I just cannot believe watching this game. And I know we were getting made fun of a few weeks ago that this is not a first place team, the Blue Jays, by Michael Kay, the announcer of the New York Yankees. At the end of the day, his team yesterday was the one that was kicking the ball around the infield. That didn't look like a first place team. This was very brutal for Yankees fans to watch. After jumping out to a 1-0 lead with Giancarlo Stanton home run. Yes, I did say that Giancarlo Stanton has another home run against Kevin Gausman. Just saying, let that set in, because you talk about somebody's kryptonite. I don't know what Giancarlo sees out of the hand for Kevin Gausman, but wow, he's just insanely good. But then again, career home run, active home run leader right now. So anyway, move on to the fifth. The Blue Jays get some ducks on the pond after Vladdy and George Springer get some singles, and Bo Bichette hits a sharp line drive and continues to be the best hitter in the American League with runners in scoring position. He is now batting .400 with runners in scoring position. So hence the reason Bo Bichette is in the 4th spot and enjoying every minute of it, apparently. So that scored Vladdy and Springer. Massive high fives around. Vladdy did the weird slide that he does where he jumps like 10 feet in the air, lands on his belly, slide in the home plate here, and comes up high five in George Springer. Fun stuff to watch. And the inning is not done there. Crazy things happen. Miles Straw continues to impress with another single, scores Bo Bichette. Jimenez scores on errors from Anthony Volpe, gets an RBI basically. Miles Straw scored on that play, and that would put the Blue Jays up 4-1, which is where the score had stayed. But Anthony Volpe and some of these errors that happened in that inning really came to light with a crazy 12-pitch at bat by Davis Schneider. I think they basically were like, why am I standing out in the field? And continued to mow through it. So 'tis what it is, but the Blue Jays obviously come out on top, which, by the way, on top means there's their 11th consecutive home win, which puts them at the record for this franchise, beating the Drive from 85 with their 11th consecutive win. Blue Jays on fire. Like I said, the playoff atmosphere, all the wonderful things that are going on. The Blue Jays have been just insanely good and continue to drive this team to the playoffs. They are now currently 4 games ahead of the Yankees in the American League East. And if the defense and stuff like this happens with the Yankees like they did last night, it's only going to continue to widen that margin. So just crazy, very cool stuff. Had a great outing on the mound from Kevin Gausman. Kevin Gausman was just on fire. 8 strikeouts yesterday and just continued to duck and weave with that splitter. 7 innings of work, just the 1 earned run on the Giancarlo Stanton, only 4 hits and 2 walks. So ace level Kevin Gausman showed up yesterday for his 7th win of the year. Brandon Little comes on for his 20th hold, gets 1 out. Yariel Rodriguez and Jeff Hoffman combined to finish up this game after 7 innings of strong work from Kevin Gausman. Jeff Hoffman picks up his 24th save of the season and drops his ERA after another striking out the side of the New York Yankees to 4.68. So heading in the right direction, and he's been on fire of late. So what is next, Blue Jays fans? Tuesday evening, we are going to get Mad Max versus rookie Cam Schlittler. Schlittler has only made 1 major league appearance, and it was against the Seattle Mariners, and he threw 5 1/3, 4 hits allowed, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, and struck out 7 Seattle Mariners. So the 7th round pick from the 2022 draft is having a decent start to his major league career, but he's going to face the ageless wonder that is Max Scherzer, who is going to be completely amped up if all you Blue Jays fans show up like you did last night for his start tonight. He is going to be pitching against the New York Yankees and has fresh off of a few good starts. His longest so far, 6 innings against the Oakland A's. Sorry, not so Oakland A's. Picks up the win in his last outing. 6 innings of work, 5 hits, 30 earned runs, and 1 walk while striking out 8. That was his first win in a Toronto Blue Jay uniform. So we'll get to see hopefully the best from Mad Max. We got to watch out once again for Giancarlo Stanton. He has 4 career home runs against Max Scherzer. Jazz Chisholm has 1, and so does Aaron Judge, but none of them have wonderful batting averages against them. And I mentioned that they just happen to have went yard in many of those at bats. Um, Definitely not doing bad. Giancarlo Stanton, a 259 career batting average against Mad Max with 27 at bats under his plate. So, tis what it is, but we're going to go all things in here, Blue Jays fans. This is the week. Blue Jays really have a chance to take this season series and run away with it if they can continue the success against the New York Yankees at home, which will obviously lend well for them down the stretch, as they only face the Yankees one more time after this season, after this series. So, peace out, Blue Jays fans. Go Blue Jays, and we'll talk to you soon. Cheers.